Um, I actually I turned Venice into a hydro city, and actually I bought the whole city. By the way, I actually own. I think you can only rent houses in Venice, and it's they're all owned actually by LS or Lusitania. Well, me basically. What happened was there are some old buildings or something like that, some wooden structures. Because when the city started flooding, when it started going down, and during stormy conditions, it would always the houses would get destroyed. And plus, I turned it into like, well, for a while there, it was basically a major shipping port because a lot of wooden ships would go there and dock there. I mean, it was a huge shipping thing, and we actually just kind of made it bigger. I think we made it bigger, yeah. This huge updating thing where we actually lowered some other land. We actually took some land. It's like these other buildings are high and dry. We're like, okay, we actually lowered it to make the seaport bigger. And so, because it's like a seaport, yeah, it's so cool. And Like I said, Venice actually has a sewer system. Like some of those buildings, I think are 3 stories or whatever. Somebody said it was built on mud. It's like no, there's hard rock under there. Like it was built on hard, firm ground. Some of the buildings started to settle, but that was because I don't know because somebody didn't build them right a long time ago. Anyway, though, it used to be high and dry over there, and it actually had there's actually a big sewer system, I believe, that goes underneath, or at least a mine or something that goes underneath it, somewhere deep down inside the earth. There's like a mine, and we were using it for a sewer system. So Venice was actually one of the first cities with the sewer system, and later on when the water would come in, I think it would wash up in there and wash the poop out and wash up in there. It's perfect with the wave action. So there was a sewer system down in there and a mine and stuff. And then later on, as the water increased and increased, they well they were wondering, they were wondering if it was going to go underwater. I think they were 2 story buildings, and then it flooded a little bit, and then we just built on top of those 2 story buildings, and then and made it 3 story buildings. As the water raised up, and I forget how much water is actually on top of there, but we just kept increasing the building height. We just kept making them taller or something like that, to where the buildings are just higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. Anyway, though, so there's a lot of storms in there, and the ships come in there, and that's because the Titanic and the Lusitania went to Venice. Like it was a lot of my wooden ships would go to Venice, and they would dock, and then they would cruise off like la 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 la, and then they would cruise back, and then it was a major huge trading hub where there's trains going there, and all kinds of stuff. And it was like major, major city. And then later on, the Titanic and the Lusitania used to go there, and a couple other ships, steamships and stuff, and they would go in there. There's photographs of the Titanic in Venice with the Lusitania. It's like Titanic, Lusitania, Titanic, Lusitania. There's photographs of the Titanic and the Lusitania in Venice, and I'm so excited because I love it. It's my history. Anyway, so anyway, but a lot of people were complaining. So and plus a lot of the places, it was a big drug den for a while there. It was a huge opium problem. So what I did was, and one storm came through and it washed away all the people, or the it flooded the houses basically. So as people got older, died, I just picked up every house and basically bought the houses pretty much, and basically to where basically I was like, well, I'll just buy the houses and fix it up, and then I'll just have the rental going back into that account. Anyway, I made so much money. And well, I mean, I was already rich from the Titanic and the Lusitania, so that was like my city, my main LS main bread and butter for all my money was coming from like Venice and pretty much the Lusitania and the Titanic and some of the others. I mean, I was making money like crazy, like wow amount of money. Plus plus all my ships would go there, so you could get anything you wanted from Venice. You could get sheepskin, clothing, whatever you wanted from Venice. So it was like huge, and it was regarded as one of the biggest cities or one of the most important cities in the world, actually, at one point in time. And it goes all the way back to Roman times, yeah. Um, Back before Roman times. Like I said, Venice actually was one of the first cities. I was building a city, and I was like, I want to put in a sewer system in this one too, by the way. And like we had a mine, and we made like this big mine underneath it, and so it's rock, and then there's a mine underneath it because somebody was saying that it's on clay or soft ground. It's like no. And I think it was a stone quarry actually. It was a stone quarry, I think, and we were coring the stone or whatever like that. And then I think I forget exactly the details of it. You'd have to go back and look at the photographs, but I think it was a stone quarry, and we're coring it, and we were taking a lot of ships were coming and going out of there. That's why I owned the place, because it was my stone quarry, and then we just basically cut more stone and built houses and buildings. It's actually like I think it's actually like the stone quarry. It might be the stone quarry stuff. Anyway, I forget the details of the place, but it was easy to build because the stone quarry's right there, and we're just cutting the blocks and putting them into buildings. Anyway, though, yes, it's an LS City. Yes, I know, it's awesome. And then later on, we were using fake stone. That's why I'm like, it's not on. They said it was like in a giant valley and stuff, and like there's all this, there's nothing down there that's hard. It's like, and Venice was like sinking. I was like, no, it's on stone. It's an old stone quarry. It's all rock under there. The whole thing is rock. That's why we built the stone buildings right there, because it's right there. It's like you have stone quarry, you have stone. So just that's the way we always used to do it. It's basically you want to build a stone building, you look to see what kind of stone you got, and then you start cutting it, and then there you go. You got your stone quarry, which means one spot goes really low and one spot gets high. Before we were mining for metal and heating it up, we used to just stone quarry everything. So it's a giant quarry basically. Maybe I was gonna do it. I don't know. Like so many things had happened, and it was over such a long period of time, and there was war, and basically it became this huge opium den where this opium guy had moved in and was renting the apartments, or was trying to buy stuff, and I was like, no, it's my stuff, and he was saying we won't leave, whatever. It was a big opium den, and I was like, he was being a problem because he was raping and throwing people out the windows or something. I don't know. Anyway, it was really bad. So anyway, I owned the city, and then when I took the Lusitania and the Titanic there, that's another thing is I wanted to clean it up too, is because all these opium people were living there, and they were really bad and really mean and really horrible. And I think I ended up killing the guy, or having to have to kill the guy because he was going to kill me or my people, and I was like, because he was like a big shot drug dealer. And I was like, oh yeah? And so so it was his Lucifer Star versus big time opium drug dealer in Venice. And basically I won. So he died. A lot of people gave up the stuff anyway. I go up against drug dealers and opium people a lot. I don't know why. Anyway, so there's war and fighting and battle, and the Irish are like, ah! And other people, there's this thing where it's like, because he knew I was going to kick him out, or he found out about me, and then he went to go kill my people, of course, because anytime you find out about me, then you try and go kill my people. So he tried to go kill my people, and it didn't work because we have armor and guns and all kinds of stuff. So when he attacked my people are always, me or my people are always getting attacked. It's like, oh, we're used to it. We know it's you. So of course they're going to attack us. So anyway, so they attacked and blah, blah. And then anyway, eventually I ended up owning the place, and then I start fixing up the buildings. We actually even start putting in new buildings, which is also very expensive. But, and those new buildings basically are the hotels for the Lusitania and the Titanic, now the Carnival Cruise Company. So, and it's where I own everything. Anyway, yeah, LS. Sorry. Anyway, but yeah. I love Venice. I want to go there. It's my city. Probably why they won't let me go anywhere, because like, we've been lying to you all this day. It's like, anyway. It doesn't matter who am I. Well, I'm LS. And they were like, well, you're Brian now. You're not LS. It's like, Nuke him. No, I wouldn't do that. We'd just go send to people and be like, basically say what the fuck to him. Military-like. And he would decide to leave or die. And then, then we started fixing it up and investing lots of money. And it looks really nice. So, it needed an update. It was really getting run down. And like the Chinese, though, the Chinese, I was like, whoa, wait, don't hurt that one. No, he's Chinese. He's old. Leave him alone. He's not the guy. And it turned out to be this young whatever guy. And like I said, it's kind of easy. We just waited for him to attack, and then we were like, oh, it was you. He's waiting for him to attack, and then oh, well, that solves that question. You know.